In the next installment of our Eugenia Cooney Deep Dive series, we have a video on Eugenia's channel entitled, "Thank You for Being a Friend," which again seems like more themed content that had more to do with outside interests than showing herself off. So let's dive in and see how she was then compared to how she is today.
Hi guys! The Golden Girls is one of my favorite shows in the world. It has taught me so many beautiful life lessons, and I just want to thank you all for being my friend, and I think it's time that I share some of the amazing things that I've learned from my girls, the Golden Girls, with you.
The first thing that jumps out to me is her voice. It's not the same high-pitched voice that it is today. She seems to be talking in her regular tone at this point. So she hasn't created or put on the facade yet that she wears nowadays.
The Golden Girls always stick by each other as each other's friends. There was an episode where Blanche went to the politician's house and everyone thought that she was sleeping with the politician, including her best friends, Rose and Dorothy. But at the end, it was proven that she didn't sleep with him. And you know, they should have believed in her all along, but in the end, they all went back to being best friends because that's what the Golden Girls do.
So, for anyone who doesn't know, The Golden Girls was a television sitcom that aired from the years 1985 to 1992, way before Eugenia's time. However, it was a television classic, starring Betty White, who many know today, so it's not surprising that a child from the 90s watched it, likely through reruns or by digging it up. Eugenia seems to genuinely know what happened in the show, at least one episode. So it's safe to say this was a genuine interest of hers, even if the video itself was just obviously done in a need for content.
Don't ever go back with your ex-boyfriend. Whenever Dorothy tried to get back with her ex-husband Stan, it never worked out. Always listen to what your friends have to say. Even though Blanche, Dorothy, and Sophia never really want to listen to Rose, they still always do, and that just shows their true friendship. I can't really say I have a favorite Golden Girl because they all inspire me in different ways.
She may be putting on a forced emotional front here to be playful and engaging, but she clearly watched the show. She knows plot lines and characters. Remember, she's always been close with her mother and grandmother too, so it tracks that she would know about and watch an older show. She likely did it with them.
And Blanche, though, I have to say though that she is such an icon to me. She is just so unbelievably beautiful. I could just put posters of her all over my room. She is so gorgeous. No wonder all those men are sleeping with her.
Her personality seems different here too. I know she doesn't have much of one these days, but she seemed to be edgier with her jokes and her behavior back at this time. You'd never see or hear her say something like this today. It's interesting that she stands Blanche too, because Blanche was a forward character known for her bold promiscuity.
If I had to pick a favorite Golden Girl, it would have to be Rose, because she is played by the gorgeous, amazing Betty White. And she is just such a sweetheart, such an example to us all. But there is different reasons that I love all the Golden Girls. I love Blanche because, like I said, she is just such an icon, so beautiful, so sexy. She's got all the men all over her. I also have to say that I love Dorothy Spornak.
Her being a fan of Rose tracks more with her nowadays personality. Rose was a soft-hearted, soft-spoken, naive, and vulnerable woman. She was known as the big-hearted, always positive ditz. And as you know nowadays, Eugenia portrays herself as a soft-hearted, soft-spoken, soft personality who is always positive and never negative.
Because, you know, even though she might be even though, as Blanche might say, that she may be the ugly one who the only one she could get in her bed was a dog, she still goes on with her life every day, supporting her friends and being an amazing person. And you know, in my eyes, she is a beautiful lady and a role model to us all and a great friend. Thank you for being a friend, Dorothy.
It's interesting that she struggled to call the character the ugly one, and even seemed to edit out something there. This shows she did care about how she portrayed herself online and what she said. It seemed like she didn't want to offend anyone or be mean in any capacity, which is slightly similar to how she is nowadays. though she does seem to manage to get the words out in a careful and considerate way.
How could we not love Sophia Petrillo? She is the coolest old lady in the world. Every time where I watch the Golden Girls, where I just get to see her sitting on that wheelchair, saying all her funny, sarcastic lines, it just brightens my day. She just looks like somebody who would love to teach her friends how to knit, and I think that's also something we could use in our lives. And she's just such an inspiration.
It's a little bit of an odd choice to make a video centering around these women, and that show when most of her audience seemed way younger, if her time at that convention she posted before was anything to go by. And the reviews even reflect that. Obviously, she didn't get 17K at the time, and it's built up over 11 years, but all of her other videos around this time have millions of views and hundreds of thousands of views. So, this was definitely one that fell behind that, even to this day, not many people seem too interested in clicking. While it's a television classic, it's not exactly modern enough for a younger crowd to have much interest in.
Dorothy also taught me that even if you get knocked up at 16, you can still make something out of your life. Look at Dorothy. Now she's a substitute teacher. I think that the Golden Girls are just so unbelievably fashionable. As you can probably tell, they really inspired me in my fashion sense, and I always try to make sure that when I'm putting together an outfit, it has some Golden Girl style to it. Like, as you can see right now with this outfit I'm wearing, it kind of looks nice and like knitted. See, it kind of looks like a nice knitted dress. See, that all comes back to my inspiration of the Golden Girls.
It's funny, because even small things she says, like knocked up, are things you'd never hear her say today. She's so much more PG than she was back then. And I know she's kidding about the outfit, but it's funny because when the video started, I thought the outfit looked a little old on her. Definitely looks older than anything she's worn before, but I guess that was intentional for the video. Remember, at this point in her YouTube career, she liked to dress to the themes of her video.
And I always trying to have like that nice, like knitted kind of look, because they look like they might like to knit, which is so much fun. And they have so influenced my fashion. I love to wear like, you know, wool now. And Dorothy taught me how to look smart and sophisticated. Blanche taught me how to look sexy. Rose taught me how to look cute and sweet in a Minnesota kind of way. Sophia taught me how to look old and wrinkled in a sexy kind of way.
Again, she's not shying away from being a little edgier back at this point. But notice when she brings up Rose, her voice turns more like her voice we know her to speak in nowadays. High-pitched and soft with the soft persona. She's definitely trolling about the inspiration for her outfits, though. She wasn't wearing anything Golden Girls-esque at this time. She had the same time she does now, somewhere being gothic, punk, and hot topic.
Golden Girls taught me that old people are important. There was an episode where Rose tried to get a job and they wouldn't hire her just because she was too old. And that is horrible because that is being racist against old people. And Shady Pines is a horrible place because they took horrible care of the older people in the elderly homes. And Sophia used to be there. How dare they treat Sophia badly?
This whole video is pretty much a troll, but again, she seems to know a lot about the show and its characters. Everything she's saying about the show and characters is accurate and spot on.
So I want to thank the Golden Girls for being my friend and for always being there for me when I had nothing else to watch on TV. I could always just tune into them and my life would feel so much better. So thank you, Golden Girls, for being my friend, and thank you all for being my friends. So if you're my friend, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up. Comment below your favorite Golden Girl or your favorite lesson that you've learned from the Golden Girls. Make sure you subscribe to my channel.
I can almost guarantee that her viewers didn't have a single clue what she was talking about. The show would have been way too old for the teenagers we saw coming up to her at the convention she was at. So there's no way anybody left the kind of comments she was asking for with their favorite Golden Girls and such. But interesting that she said she watched the show through reruns, so that little mystery is solved.
If you haven't yet, so we can all be retirement buddies. And I'm gonna go now, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Thank you for being my friend.
So she kept her real voice throughout the whole video. I wonder when she began to change it to what it is now. I guess we'll see as the series goes on. Maybe it's done in an effort to appear more youthful. because her regular voice appears to be a little deeper. And considering we did not react to that video last time, it's safe to say that the video she shows at the end there was deleted. Again, I wonder why. Why did she only delete some videos from that time, but leave others up? I wonder what they contained that made them necessary for her to delete. We'll have to look for those all later and figure out what the mystery is. For now, she still seems to be just looking to create content with a comedic touch. I haven't really seen anything from her that's like anything she does nowadays, so we'll have to keep watching to see when that changes.